There we go.
Hi, Craig.
Hello, Craig. Our grateful robot overlord, Craig.
Absolutely not.
To be a gracious overlord, he would have to keep all of our recordings and not just some of them.
Exactly.
You see, but he controls what gets released and what doesn't. So
Does he
I would call him an
though?
overlord.
He is an overlord, just not a gracious one. He is sometimes very harsh and punishing.
Don't know why. We're great to him.
Right? We're so nice
Very.
that we trash talk him to his face.
Yeah, right. You know, I don't think Craig likes us very much. All he says when he joins is now recording, and then he doesn't talk the rest of the episode.
I mean, he's not being paid, so I guess I can understand.
Fair enough. I mean, we aren't either.
That's fair, you know? That's
at
true.
This point.
Maybe one day that's the goal. To abandon my day-to-day job and just play D&D and Pokemon for a living. It'd be great.
that would be great. I guess. Well, actually, as much as we would like to make a little bit of money off of this, we have a Patreon now.
Hey, look at that! Good time.
Hey, segue. Yeah, we have a Patreon, so if you want to support us, head on over there, Pokemon_Aftermath. I said Pokemon-Aftermath in the last episode, and that's not right. It's Pokemon_Aftermath. We do... What do we do there? We do a lot of shit.
We do a lot of stuff there. Fun stuff.
We have...
Fun stuff with your imagination.
We have custom maps, in-depth lore articles about... Right now, we're going through the regions. Let's see. We have, as I'm scrolling down it, survival tips, like Pokemon-themed survival tips. Those are really fun. I really like putting those together. The research journals. I'm going to be putting in the research journal entries as the party unlocks them. It's going to be really, really cool. I have a Growlithe one in there already. And then we are going to do more sessions like this after the recording of each episode, where we're going to talk about the episode, just like our favorite parts in it and whatever. Just really, honestly, it's just going to be us talking at the end of each session, probably for like 30 minutes or so, as an after podcast called the Survivors Network. So we're going to start that up in the next arc.
Woo!
But
Woo!
Ooh woo. Ooh woo?
Ooh woo?
I do not believe I will be ooh-wooing.
Oh no.
You just did. Haha.
Damn it.
But in case anyone didn't know, my name is Chase. I kind of run things around here. Maybe, sort of, probably. And today I am joined by, right now, 3 other human beings. Hopefully, at least. I hope none of you are aliens in hiding. That would...
I might
Oh,
be.
God. That would really betray my trust.
I take offense to what you said.
Oh, I'm sorry.
How dare you assume?
How dare you assume my
I'm-
species?
Pulls out my ray gun.
Don't worry, Chase. I'm
Now
human.
you
I
gotta pull
promise.
out the
You
shrink ray.
promise.
Come on now.
You're right.
I can hear you crossing your fingers.
Not that any other aliens on this chat would be dumb enough to publicly announce their presence on Earth. I mean, that would be wild, right? Fellow
Yeah,
Pokemon playing humans.
Yeah, just, comment down below if you're an alien or not. We won't tell.
Yeah, we won't make the comments public.
Yet.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Possibly.
Taking us back to our home world to determine the fate of humankind.
Look, if you're an alien and you're actually
There's
from
no
the Pokemon world,
determining.
I would like to
Getting out.
join.
Yeah.
I would like to join, please.
If you're
Thanks.
an alien from the
Take a look.
Pokemon world, please tell us how you got here so we can get there.
In the wise words of an old scientist, I don't want to live on this planet anymore.
Well, human or otherwise, I guess we should do our regular introductions.
Beep boop.
I'm Blake. I play Zarin. Our resident anxiety-ridden little Todoroki clone who keeps getting the grinniest, smiliest Pokemon somehow. I don't know how that keeps happening, but he really
He
does.
does. He really, really does.
But yeah, that's me. So somebody else's turn.
Hello, I am Kat. I play as Katrina Lockhart, a Pokemon professor trying to make it in the real world, I guess.
In the real world.
In the real world, yeah. Fun fact about... Am I doing one about me or Katrina?
Either or, don't matter.
Okay, well, let's do a fun fact about me today.
Who's me?
Cat.
The
player.
Me, I'm Chase.
Not Katrina. Hi. Sorry, I'm very tired. That's not my fun fact, but I'm very tired. My fun fact is I helped make 3,000 hats in the last week.
Yeah, that was crazy. You wanna plug? You want to plug?
Am I allowed to?
Do it. We don't get paid for this shit.
Yeah. If you want a dope hat, go to Mom Shop Hat. They have a TikTok, so we do the live streamings and stuff. I might be there on Friday. Who knows? We also have a website, so go on and check it out there. It's really great. We can make customs. We make tumblers. We might be even doing wallets soon. Who knows? We just got a warehouse. So, hooray. I'm EP.
I guess it's me. Sup? This is Lynn. I play Amelia.
Hi, Amelia.
Fun fact. I honestly have not thought this one out, so...
Fair enough.
Okay, I need to stop being distracted by food videos, for one. There we go, fun fact. I like watching food videos.
Me too, though. Food Network really has some addicting shows.
They were really doing something with that one, with the Food Network.
They really are. Chopped, oh my gosh. One of the best. The OG.
That was a pretty good one. I miss oh gosh, I can't even remember the name of it, and I'm ashamed of myself. It had the top chefs like Mario Batali.
Iron Chef?
Yes, thank you, Iron Chef.
Iron
You
Chef,
knew exactly where I was going. Iron Chef.
I love Iron Chef.
That one was really cool.
That
one
was
was
really
one
cool.
of my favorites.
I almost just name dropped her. Lizzie. Lizzie is going to be joining us in a little bit. She had some things she had to do, but she will jump in whenever she gets the chance. So Lizzie will not be joining us tonight. She just had some last minute things come up that she has to take care of. So it'll just be us four.
Cool. We can make that work.
Yeah. She'll be back for the first episode of Arc 1. Arc 2. First episode of Arc 2.
Woo!
Don't make it. I'm not doing that.
Welcome everybody to the finale of Arc 1, the Q&A session. So here we are just going to kind of talk about our experiences in the first arc and ask some fan-submitted questions, as well as just kind of questions for each other, and just kind of talk about our favorite points and different things about the first arc. This is somewhat the first one of the Survivors Network. So I guess let's start off with a group question here for everybody. So, how would you say that your character has evolved or changed since the beginning of the show up to current?
I would say for Zarin at least, he's evolved a little in a way that's distinct but very small, in that he is, he's probably more anxious than ever actually. But he's at least putting himself out there and making decisions, but I feel like that's something that started a little bit before our actual campaign began, and that he was probably, at least my conception of him, so far as it is, was that he was very timid and not one to be outgoing due to his past. But at least from the start of the campaign to now, I think he's been more decisive in some of his actions, and especially in regards to having teammates. He's gone more out of his way to be a part of a team, as this is definitely the first team he's been on. So yeah, a little more outgoing, a little more of a team player.
Yeah, makes sense. Still a scaredy cat.
Oh yeah, still a scaredy cat, but he'll at least take action while being terrified.
That's true.
He evolved from anxious to petrified.
Once I was afraid, I was petrified.
Now I've got to deal with all these crazy things around me.
There you go.
That's definitely the lyrics, I'm pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, but that's Aaron.
I would say for Katrina, I think hard for me to really explain. It's not that she's changed, but I think rather her confidence to not be an ace trainer has improved.
Okay.
Her confidence in her being a scientist, even though she really hasn't done anything super sciencey right now. But I feel like that would make sense since she's trying to leave Sinnoh, which is fine.
Yeah, that makes sense. What about...
That's all I really got.
What about your viewpoint on Katrina? Like, has your view of Katrina changed since the beginning of the show?
Oh no, not at all.
Exactly as
not.
designed.
She's still just, I think, in my opinion, she's still loudmouth, rambunctious. She just says whatever she says that's on her mind.
Fair enough.
Unless someone has some other opinions. That's just how I see it. I don't know. I'm not good with all these questions and stuff.
No, I see what you mean. She's definitely come into her own as a scientist more.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good. Are you? I was just waiting for to make sure Kat was done.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, girl.
Okay.
You good?
Well, it's kind of hard to say for Amelia because these guys aren't used to being with Amelia. Amelia's just kind of there, like, oh, cool, wow, shenanigans. Oh. I think she still just tried to process the whole thing, and it's kind of being dragged along for the ride. Although I will say it is an improvement because she would much rather just stay in the woods and be a hermit, I suppose, and do her own thing.
She has gotten a lot more like extroverted, almost not like extroverted, but like more tolerant of socialness.
Yeah, I would say my character was never really big on like people. She liked Pokemon better, but she has been on a team before, you know, in her past, I guess. Well, your past. Her past?
Yeah.
The past?
Her past.
The past.
Her past, the past.
She actually was on a team at some point in history.
Yeah. So she's used to being on a team, but she's... yeah, in history. There we go. So she's used to being on a team, but she's also... She has an aversion to people, and especially when she has someone she's used to, she knows she likes them, she doesn't like that to change. And her world literally just got thrown upside down. So now she's just like,
She's just our resident social grump. She's like, stop making me do all these things.
Pretty much. And then it's just like Pokemon that she's never heard of before. It's like, oh, is this a Mew?
You can never be too sure.
Right?
Aren't all Pokemon technically part Mew?
No, well, no.
Or did they change that?
Mew is
Only
all
Ditto.
Pokemon. Only
And
Ditto.
Okay.
And Ditto.
Okay, I have that backwards. Gotcha.
Yeah. Mew has the DNA of all Pokemon.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So which is wild.
Which technically you could count Mewtwo since Mewtwo is a direct clone.
Yep.
And Ditto is also a failed direct clone.
It is.
Wild.
So
it's okay. We'll probably die in the first episode because, you know, we almost did last episode.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I told you guys that was going to be a hard fight. And you would have had Celebi's help.
I don't know what you're talking about. I did nothing wrong.
Hey, I just want to let you know. You did not warn us before we fainted Celebi. You were just like,
Well, no.
Do you want to keep going? And we're like, yeah. Why wouldn't we? We're fighting a boss fight. You did not tell us that we needed Celebi for that. Not even during the the 3 times we recorded it prior.
Why would I tell you that?
Then why are you upset at us about that?
I'm not. You're the one
You sound
complaining.
upset.
I did nothing wrong.
We plead oopsie daisies, Your Honor.
It's all Duper's fault.
Hey, now, Duper made up for it.
Yeah, he did. He earned it back.
He made up for it.
We just, every day we flirt with the TPK. That's the policy around here.
Yeah.
And we forget about our Chimecho.
Yep.
No, not Chimecho. We forget about our Chinchou.
Chinchou.
Oh, Lord Chinchou. He's just a sweet little guy floating around.
So I have a question for the group, actually. What are we going to do with that little guy? Like, is he just there following us?
Seemingly, yeah. He's our little guy.
None of you are going to catch him. He's just going to float along with you wherever you go.
I mean that's his choice.
He seems happy so far.
Yeah, he seems happy.
I mean, he's flying around in his own fishbowl from now on. I mean...
All he knows is that since he's been traveling with you guys, he's gained immense psychic power to the point where he can lift up entire wooden stakes out of the ground.
That's just a side effect of hanging out.
He doesn't
with some
have
really
to
cool
XP
people.
share.
And he gets a really cool pom-pom when he's rooting for us, too. And he loves
That's
that.
true. He got a whole outfit.
It's canon.
It's canon. Heck yeah. Chinchou will never take that off.
It's like we get into a bind, we forget about Chinchou again, and like we're about to get destroyed by the big bad evil guy, and all you hear is Chinchou coming in from the distance, and then just tsunami fucks them.
Chinchou is the big bad.
No, please, I love him.
It's been a ruse.
I swear to God, if Chinchou actually is the big bad evil guy, I will not play in this campaign anymore. That is a promise.
That's
Episode
okay. That
before
just
the
means...
last before
right.
next to last
All right,
episode.
I
quit.
All right, let me change some things real quick.
You will not have a player, I promise you.
That just guarantees that you are the first victim of Chinchou when he turns.
Oh.
That's all that guarantees.
No! I love that little guy.
Or we all
If he loves how
we all
gullible
quit
we
the
are.
next to last episode.
Oh, so
We
Chinchou
put in
TPKs
our
us.
resignation letters in the Discord.
The last episode is just Chase on here by himself. And anyway, so Chinchou TP. So we're picking up with our new adventurers who witnessed this horrific massacre. Traumatized by the veracity of the
This little Chinchou.
right?
Trauma Team
This little
2.
floating guy. They just pick up one of our blood spattered shirts and they're like, we have to do it in their honor.
They just
These
write
people
the
we
2
didn't
in
know.
the blood.
Maybe
It's
we saved them or something.
Jesus Christ. I could picture that, just like, and then like them wearing just like our whole outfits and pretending to be us. Like, yes, I am. Look at that name tag, Katrina Lockhart.
It's just
I love science.
it's just it's the characters are just they're gonna be Max, Cynthia, Amelia's brother, and Violet's friend Clover.
Oh man, the B team.
The B
The B
team.
Oh man.
That's funny.
Let's see. I guess we can do a fan submitted question now. Let's see. Do we want to go from Discord or Spotify, guys, for this one?
Either one.
Let's go from Discord. So shout out to our Discord homies.
What's up, Discord?
Let's see. So let's do the one from Cyber Robert. Thank you for being in our Discord. We love you. We love having you there.
Yes, we love ya.
So, when did each of you start role playing? And when did each of you start role-playing Pokemon? Well, I can answer the second one for all of us, and that was at the beginning of this show.
Yeah, I think so, yeah. This would be first Pokemon
I mean, if we
roleplay for
really
sure.
want to get technical, and when we started playing Pokemon, because technically we're role playing a character
That's
in the
true.
Pokemon game.
Like at 9,
let's
10?
not.
I promise when I was younger that I didn't pretend I was a Pokemon trainer.
All right, look,
That's
don't
fair.
call us out like
Hey,
We get some secrets as players, all right? We
Neither
get to
do
when
I.
you're driving in the car in the back seat and you pretend that your Pokemon are following you through the window.
Me and my siblings, whenever we would get in the pool, we would play Pokemon, and we'd all play as different Pokemon and like with water type Pokemon.
A fire type goes in. Oh no, it's dying!
At least, but for me, when I started role playing, was freshman year of high school. Was when I started playing D&D with my friends. Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh yeah, thanks. But that was, let's see, it's 2024. Freshman year of high school was, oh god, almost 10 years ago. Fuck. Holy shit.
let's not go there.
Oh my god, 2015 was my freshman year of high school. That's crazy. I'm old.
I'd rather not do the math exactly.
Yeah, I'm not.
My sister likes to
2015
remind
was
me
my
that I'm old.
first year of college.
Oh, fun.
I think for me, I started because it was mostly D&D was the beginning. I used to go to an anime convention in New Orleans, and I helped with the guests at that convention, and one of the guests was writing something, and I wish I could remember their name. I wish I could remember the system they wrote it for. I just remember it was something called Blue Rose. And that was actually, I think, the first time I ever played a tabletop RPG of any kind. Had to have been 7-8 years ago at least, if not more. COVID's really thrown my whole timeline off, so I don't know how long ago it was. It could have been 2017 or 2016. But yeah, at that convention I played a very brief, maybe 30-minute session of a little improvised RPG. It was not a D20 system though, I remember that. And then after that I started joining my sister and brother-in-law and a few other people in a D&D campaign. It ran for a good 3 years before we finished that one. We moved on to a new one, things got messy, parties changed, but yeah, pretty much since that first D&D campaign I've been playing nonstop.
So I looked up what Blue Rose was.
Oh, cool.
Blue Rose is a fantasy role-playing game published by Green Ronin Publishing in 2005. The game is in the romantic fantasy genre. Inspired by fantasy fiction such as that of Mercedes Lackey and Diane Duane, as
Maybe?
opposed to the Robert E. Howard style of swords and sorcery.
Oh my gosh.
Oh dear.
What a change.
I don't feel like it was very romantic when we played. As I recall, we were a bunch of kids on an island that decided to take a boat to... No, we were kids in a village that took a boat to a nearby island. Basically.
Oh my god, I would love to play a Lord of the Flies campaign.
That would be a nightmare.
That would be so fun.
No, it would be fun. It would be hilarious,
However,
but it would be insane.
Everyone but one dies.
We do it.
Only one survives.
Patreon one shot of Pokemon Lord of the Flies one shot.
Are we the Pokemon or are we the people?
Yes.
Oh boy.
I feel like the Pokemon have an edge here, given the the powers and all. It was something like we took a boat to an island to test our it was like a rumor / proof of adulthood type deal, and there was a spider involved. We didn't get very far. It does not sound like it was a romantic fantasy game, but I do remember explicitly the one that we played was an extension, or like a what's it called when they make the campaign, they put it in a book and you can play it out.
module?
The module?
Yeah, a module. Yeah, it was a module for the system that it was playing off of, so I don't know. Maybe it took the gaming aspect of that and made the module. I just remember that it was like a Patreon thing that they were doing and promoting it through the convention, so it was really cool. If I could ever find it again, I'd love to go back and try it again. I just have to put some time into hunting it down. I could probably go to old listings for the convention and find the guest's name, but I haven't done that yet.
So I guess mine would be, it's right after I moved into the town we all live in. I just moved here from another city, and I was working at Panda Express, and my coworkers were talking about it one day, and I was like, hey, kind of interested. You think I could probably perhaps join? And they were like, hell yeah, brother. And so
exactly that accent, I'm sure. I'm not even being sarcastic. Exactly that accent.
Honestly, it was probably more hick than that.
And so this was in 2016 as well, because I just moved here, and my coworker brought me the book and was like, all right, pick out what you want and we'll go from there. And I will never forget, I chose a Drow Ranger because I wanted a pet companion and realized, man, this sucks. I don't like Rangers. And I switched to a Cleric. And I switched to a Tempest Cleric in 5e. And I fell in love with that class. Now I'm like, I'm never going to play another class ever again. I can heal and do big damage. Sign me up.
Yes.
And then I've just been kind of playing ever since. This is the main one that I play now is Chase's campaign. But I kind of hop around from being DM to being other people's campaigns. This one is just the only one that I can actually say, I know I'm off this day. I know I most of the time don't have to do anything that I can truly commit to. So this majority of why I'm here, because I still want to play a role-playing game. But this is really the only thing that I can fully commit to right now, which is fine. I love this. It's been fantastic. I've also dabbled because I play Xbox. I play some PC games as well. I dabble a little bit into Ark. And so there's a lot of RP servers on Ark that deal with medieval. But there's something with dragons. Oh god, it was made into a series. It was a really famous book, and now there's another series out.
Dungeons and Dragons?
No. With the giant throne.
Dragon Tales.
That people fight over. It's with the Targaryens.
Game of Thrones?
Game of Thrones! Yes, I'm on Game of Thrones.
The one that does not have dragon in the title.
I don't know. I'm eeping. But
House of Dragons. That's
I've kind of been role playing ever since, and it's just something fun to do.
Oh goodness!
It's such a late laugh.
Oh boy!
I feel like I'm disappointed by Bob.
Me too, though.
Sorry, no, I always do like those delayed chuckles. You're good.
You're good.
I know.
Luckily, my mom doesn't care for Pokemon, so she does not listen to this, as far as I know, at least.
That's fair. That's fair.
Well, all right, Len, you're up.
Yeah. So, when I got into role-playing, oh boy. Gosh, I was little. I was shorter than what I am now. It was my dad. He was the one that kind of brought D&D. I was interested in it. My older sister got into it, and I was interested in it. Kind of, dabbled in it here and there, and then throughout the years, try to do some campaigns, but it was always hard to do something and stick to it because of life.
Yeah.
So I didn't get to play too many tabletop RPGs like D&D until way later in life, like maybe a few years ago. I did some Pathfinder with some buddies, but those campaigns fell through. Our DM kept trying to force PvP, and we did not want that.
Ew.
Yep. And then the second campaign I tried to start, the DM was a jackass, just to say the least, and decided to not inform us and cancel his campaign.
That sucks.
Yeah.
God.
Right? So, I mean, I've tried to dabble here and there. Was introduced to it when I was a kid. But I would probably say this is the first one, I'm going to say it's the second one that's been long-term that I've done.
I am so grateful we're able to do this just about every week or every other week. This is honestly
We
probably
try.
one of the... We try. This is probably honestly one of the longest going campaigns that I've ever been a part of.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm very grateful for you guys for doing this with me and letting me make this world for you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been super fun. And I mean, I can at least tell you put a lot of work into it, because as someone who's running their own campaign for the second time now, it is a lot to make all this stuff. So it's really cool. And I guess I'm a little spoiled. I've done mostly long-term campaigns, so it doesn't feel that out of place, but like hearing other people's stories about how campaigns just fall apart in like a few weeks, if not a month.
The second one
wild.
that I did fell apart in a few weeks.
Yeah.
But
none of mine have ever like fallen apart so much as just kind of life got in the way and we weren't able to play anymore.
Yeah, and I don't mean to throw blame on that phrase when I say
but
it.
There's
That,
a major difference, in my opinion, when life takes over and people are just being assholes.
Yeah.
There's
either
a big
irresponsible with their
difference.
time
Yeah.
or,
We can understand life. Things happen, we can't do it that week. We try again. We understand things happen, but if, your DM wants to play Petty Betty because your blood rager just came in and one-shot his 3-level higher monster in one hit, boo-hoo. My bad. I was expecting that to last longer than 1 round. Dude, I sat there staring at this fight for 3 rounds, walked up, and one hit KO'd it. That's not
like
my problem. I'm level 2.
That's like the Celebi fight. I mean, like, you guys destroyed that fight in 2 rounds. And
I will say this. I have noticed a trend. Whenever I play and make a character, I am a glass cannon. My Pathfinder, I was a, what is that spec? I was a, well, I know in my second one, I was a Blood Rager. So at like level 3 or something, I just one-hit KO'd this like level 5, 6 monster he had created, just completely shat on his hopes and dreams right there. And it's like I literally stood there for 3 turns and did nothing.
Gosh.
But
yeah, glass cannon holds given between Duper and what's his name? Apom.
Apom doesn't have a name, it's just Apom.
Is it really? Oh my gosh,
Apom hasn't been captured.
That's true.
He's a partner. He's a wild companion.
Yeah, that is very true.
Really been.
So, and then my other one was Spec. Oh, I was a kineticist. I was a kineticist. And if you guys play Pathfinder, I'm sure you know what that is. It's really hard to explain. You'd have to look it up. But because as a kineticist, you can choose specific elements. I went Aether and Fire. I was a glass cannon. I was the strongest on the team, and that kind of irked some people, but not my fault. I figured out how to play the class.
Yeah, might as well.
My bad.
Yeah.
I mean, in the later arcs here, you guys are going to be up against more than one big threat at a time. So it's going to be a lot harder to glass cannon one.
Yeah. I feel like we're going to need, and that's actually something I was wondering about, is like for all of us, how we see our characters, because I've realized that I always, kind of like how Lynn was saying, she's always glass cannon. I tend to go like, I want to be in the mix, I want to be in the fight, like I want to, if not taking damage to protect others, then dealing it, because every character I make, I mean, I'm always some kind of, if not a fighter, or I actually haven't played a barbarian very long, but I've played a fighter. I played a ranger that was kind of like homebrewed into a mini paladin, and there was who was my next one? A monk that was again homebrewed class, because my DM at the time was like he preferred 3.5, and then he kind of like blended in some 5e.
Okay.
It was not a very balanced system sometimes, but it was fun.
Yeah.
So I've treated Zaren the same way, and I feel like I probably shouldn't, because he's definitely not a tank.
Yeah.
He shouldn't be up there trying to get hit. His shark face a little bit more so, but
Yeah, my characters, besides the Blood Rager, has always wound up being a glass cannon. However, somehow or another, I'm also the healer of the group. And it's just like, you know, yeah. And with my last Pathfinder group, I tried to play the Blood Rager, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to do something completely different. I'm going to play a red dragon that was cursed to be in a human appearance. That's Blood Rager. So I was just hating everyone.
Fair enough.
And apparently they didn't like that.
What do you think you see Katrina as?
Going forward.
I think I see Katrina as, honestly, very ignorant to the world around her. I would say she knows the stories about everything that her family has done, but since they were so protective of her and didn't let her go into the outside world until she was old enough, she doesn't know how horrible it actually is.
Woohoo!
Yeah, you and Amelia both.
So it's going, to be a very... Okay, no. To be fair, I think Amelia would have more experience than Katrina.
Have more experience, but on the past. But not this future world. Now in the past, because I and my family was a part of some shenanigans.
Right, and I think a lot of that goes back to you have more real world experience versus I have book experience. Like I could look at a Pokemon and say, hey, that's a water type. They like swimming. But it's actually the fighting, flying type flamingo. And it doesn't really like water very much. But I don't know, it looks like a water bird Pokemon. So I'm going to go and try to splash some water on it. It's going to try to kick me in the face. Where Amelia's like, no, don't do that. Let's not do that. I'm just like... Yeah,
it's just like, let's not go up to this. Can we not go up to this? Can we not? Please? I know what happens when you poke a Pokemon.
Yeah, I feel like if there was a simple way to put it, that would be the most simple way. Because my character is 100% the most naive and ignorant out of everyone here. That's
gonna make for so fun when you guys end up exploring the wastelands. Oh, that's gonna be so great.
I'm gonna be making stilts.
Oh no! It's a Pokemon in trouble, but really, it's an Arbok.
Or it's a Pokemon that uses other Pokemon to bait bigger prey in.
Exactly.
So TPK in the Wastelands is what you're saying?
I mean, it's entirely possible.
Is what I'm saying.
It is possible. But no, what about during combat, Kat? Like, do you see her as like a support, DPS, or what?
Oh,
because we really haven't defined that.
So I think it's really hard to say because I feel like she's more like, okay, if I'm able to fight, I'm gonna fight. But if I see someone's in trouble, I'm going to risk my own life to protect the people I care about or to protect the Pokemon I care about. As you saw, in the last few episodes, I was trying to switch places with you, but I did also switch places with Sapphire to take a full brunt mythical Pokemon attack.
Yeah. It almost died.
Yeah,
so
almost.
I feel like And, you know, there were other parts where I was like, okay, you're going to be on the defense while I take care of Lizzie. But at the same time, I think it really just depends on what the situation calls. You can't really say whether or not you're going to be support defense in a Pokemon battle.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, each of our Pokemon kind of have their own strengths and weaknesses there. So it's like, on the one hand, as a trainer, you, in this world, in this particular iteration of Pokemon, you can't stand on the sidelines and give directions because you're equally at risk in these fights if you try to do that.
Yeah.
But, you know, depending on the situation.
Especially without trying to give too much away for my future plans, you guys will end up taking a much more active you guys will be much more active participants in the battles in the future, and so it's gonna be dangerous for not only your Pokemon but also for you guys as well. And there's gonna be so many different possible scenarios. It's gonna be difficult to lock down to one style of play, but it would definitely be interesting to see how you guys take it.
Yeah, and that makes sense. I mean, like I said, it's just like you laid out, given that we do have to participate in each one of our Pokemon are playing different roles, because, like I said, Sharkface is really high HP, and he's decent special attack, so he could be a bit of a tanky damage dealer, but, you know, in the wrong situation, he could go down in like 2 hits if he's up against a type disadvantage, so... Yeah, it's not easy to lock into a certain role, but I just know as a player, I tend towards, you know, throwing myself into the middle of combat.
That's
and
fair.
Trying to deal as much damage as possible.
Versus my Growlithe versus your Growlithe, there's a lot of differences between that, not just with type, but my Growlithe is based more about speed. Mine's trying to be faster so it can hit you better. Yeah. Versus yours is going to outlive me. So I'm serious. All my points are in hers are in speed, so she can try to attack first. That was my basis for it.
Makes sense.
Because if I can get the first hit on you and I can daze you, it might be over at that point.
Yeah.
See, and with Lynn, it's kind of like depends on what we're up against, because Duper tends to fill in whatever role is needed.
Duper just kind of jiggling over there and just kind of like, oh, cool, let's do this.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's see. Let's go to a fan question from Spotify now, which is a question I wanted to ask anyway, but from Mac, who commented on episode 15. And he's also in our Discord, too. So,
hi, Mac.
We love having you here, Mac. But what was everyone's favorite moment from Arc 1?
That's a tough one.
I want to say my favorite moment was probably in, I think it's episode 12, which is where you guys were in the caves. And when you guys were escaping and being chased, and the Marini that you guys had seen before came out of nowhere, and Violet summoned the unknown and turned them all to stone.
Oh god,
and then you just had Heracross absolutely demolish the stone, and you killed probably like 150 Marini.
By the way, why didn't my Heracross get any of that XP along with Fuchsia?
Well, Fuchsia wasn't a part of it, but because it was a different unknown. She used one of her character's abilities.
Oh, that's right.
She used her unknown chaos to summon an unknown to make either beneficial or detrimental power.
I feel like that was a mix of both bags.
Yeah, because I think she rolled a 10.
Oh, right in the middle. Good and bad.
And so she rolled I rolled a 10 to determine whether it was beneficial or not. And then I had her roll like a D28, which is the number of unknowns there are. And she rolled for the letter R. So the unknown, which is the one I was hoping she would roll. Yeah, so R for rock, so it turned them all into rock.
Jesus. You know what I don't think our characters even realized that happened.
Yeah, no
problem. Like, we were just like, hey, cool, it disappeared. Oh, wait, there's a rock in our way. Smash.
That's my favorite moment, probably, from the arc.
I think mine was honestly when me, Sarah, and Zephyr were just staring at the statue.
That was also very great.
I thought that statue was going to do something. I thought it meant more than what it was. I swear. We were all like, no, it has to do something. This is significant to something. You wouldn't put it here unless it's supposed to be.
Here I am.
It literally was just supposed to tell you to turn around. And that is literally what it did. The plaque literally basically said, turn around. And only one of you turned around.
One person, I think, was blinded at that time.
Yeah, one was blinded, and here I am just like, okay, oh, bye. Oh, hey, what's this?
Yeah, exactly.
And you guys are like, the statue.
The very definition of this sign can't stop me because I'm not going to read it.
This sign can't stop me. I can't read.
This must be some ancient, foreign, forgotten language. It's just in cursive.
I guess for mine, oh man, it's really hard. There's a lot of like very small interaction moments that I really loved, like just Zarin like being nonstop terrified of everything around him. The like getting along with Kisses as as he slowly kind of grows his affection for me. Gosh, picking a specific one is tough, to be honest. I think maybe the flashback with the door was probably one of the more intense moments. Having to relive that. It was really like, it was intense as a player, it was intense story-wise, and it was like really harrowing for Zarin himself to try to not only relive it, but to have to navigate it actively, not just see it, but to survive it again. And I think that
was
just
a hell
holds
of
a lot
session.
He was, and it holds a lot of promise for like where his story goes too, because he has a lot to dig through and to like reckon with before, hopefully one day being just a smidge less anxious, more confident. But yeah, it was a really fun session. It was nice that it was kind of a one-on-one thing, because it gave us time to really flesh him out a little bit. Because I'll be honest, I had a concept of a picture of the character in my head. But until that session, it wasn't really nailed down how I wanted to play him, besides the fact that he was kind of anxious and unsure of himself. So that really gave me, a little bit more insight into him. So yeah, I'd say that being such a defining moment for him is probably my favorite so far.
Makes sense. And we're going to try to do that with the other characters, too, as time goes on.
Yeah, for sure. That'd be good.
For me, it's hard, because, Zarin here is saying it's the small things, and Amelia has pretty much been nothing but small things. It's just little snippets here and there, little commentary. Hey, Palm,
would you
what
like a berry?
You want a berry? You want a mushroom?
Honestly, I think Lynn is better friends with most of our, or Amelia's better friends with most of our Pokemon than we are.
Well, see, that's the thing with my character is I want her. That was my idea with her. Is she is far better with Pokemon than with people. That's why she did not. I mean, she knows Pokemon, they're worst, they're best, and she knows people, they're worst and they're best. And she just much prefers Pokemon because Pokemon are more honest.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if the Pokemon doesn't feel good, it's noticeable. It's going to let you know. If it doesn't want to do it, it's not going to do it. If it's happy, it's happy. Pokemon are far more honest with their emotions and what they want, what they don't want, do they like, don't like, things like that. So Amelia is much easier and can relate with Pokemon a lot better, because it's just like, hey, chilling, cool, you want to chat? No, hey, you want a berry? So I wanted her to be like, whenever you watch the cartoons and stuff, they're chatting with Pokemon like they know what they're saying. They know what they're feeling. She's like Brock. That was my idea, is to be like Brock. It's like, oh, hey, how you doing? Hey, Bomb. Oh, cool. Yeah, what's up? Yeah, okay, here's a berry.
Oh, Nurse Joy, where?
Yeah, Nurse Joy, where? Where is that? Where is she? Smack a bitch. Anyways. I've seen that backstory.
Version of Brock.
I've seen that backstory where you abandoned that stuffed animal. I smack ya. But
you know what? All Amelia has a bayonet out there hunting her down for the last 50 years.
That is true. Yeah. It's very possible, and it's going to be one of the most heartbreaking things because should have never have left that Clefairy doll.
Yeah.
Oh no, is it canon now? I feel a solo session with the bayonet coming.
Oh,
I will not disagree with the bayonet.
You travel to Unova, and your fourth party member, you notice, has transformed into a phantom.
Oh no!
Okay, I will tell you now. I know how to cry on cue. I will cry on cue.
Fair
enough.
But so with her, it's the little itty bitty things, and I think my favorite is just communicating with the Pokemon. Like, she knows what they're saying, she knows what they're feeling. She's like, oh, okay, yeah, cool. What are you saying? You think I should? No, I don't think I so either. Okay, cool. Barry?
I think my favorite Amelia moment was when her and Cynthia got back together.
Yeah.
When Cynthia finally realized that it was you.
Yeah, that was cool.
That was a heart-wrenching moment.
I felt it in my I felt that one too, because I was just like, yes, please. I kind of want to. I feel like we should touch more on that because it was a very short.
It was. You probably
meeting.
Will.
But
you guys will have a little bit of time before you have to go.
But at the same time, it was just that moment of, hey, I'm still alive. I don't know why. I don't know how. But you old.
And you had family.
And I know it wasn't brother. Oh.
As far as you know.
You could be my cousin. Who knows?
Not your cousin, your great aunt.
That is right, technically.
Oh yeah, you would be my great aunt.
We were in our 20s. Oh damn, that's true. It could be the case.
Chase.
I don't know. No,
Chase.
I mean, none of you rolled an intuition check to see if Cynthia was lying about it not being her brother.
That's fair.
That is fair.
I didn't think I would have to. I would know my own grandfather.
Would you? Because you're the one who said your grandfather disappeared.
Oh. Oh boy.
Getting real conspiratorial
sorry.
in here.
It was my dad, who I still know. He's in accounting. No, I'm not kidding. My dad just works in accounting at like a pharmaceutical job or something.
But
he is OSHA.
He loves it.
Yeah, it could be true.
Yeah, he is OSHA.
It could be true. Damn, that means she went through all of that as a single mom. I'd feel even worse because that oath was broken.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a good moment. I think one of my other favorite moments, I guess it kind of technically happened twice, but the first one was when we were fighting the ancient Eevees, and due to technical difficulties, we'll just say it that, Duper, he's just watching the fight going, ditto, ditto, ditto. She's like, what about me? Right? What about me? Fine, shoot the woo.
That was such a climactic scene.
Everyone's just battling out, and Duper's just sitting there like, my turn? No? Ditto, fine then. And the same with the... She's like, everyone's
the light show.
No, and Ditto just like turns into a mini version, and all of a sudden you just see the Ditto face in the center. Ditto!
If we ever make it to the point that our fans animate these sessions, that's what I need to see.
Great. Yes. Oh, I need to see the big fight scenes. Oh my gosh, that'd be
even
so
just
cool.
little snipped frames would be awesome.
So if I could make a small suggestion before we start an official season 2, Could we do like single, like one-on-one sessions like we did in the very beginning?
Yeah, be down.
I think that would help kind of like establish what we would do for our small time off, but also get done with what we need to do in town before we actually leave, whether it be leveling up for Pokemon, stocking up, talking to people before we leave. Because we're going to be gone for a while.
I need to
we need to tie up any loose ends here.
Yeah, to go see Max.
Yeah, but we could definitely do that.
That way it saves us time in the long run. And you're not having to continuously go, okay, we're going to go to the next person. Okay, we're going to go to the next person. We can just focus on that one person.
To release in case we have to skip a week.
And it's like, big battles like that are always going to be like that. It's like, all right, so it's this person, then it's next, then we do next. Which I'm trying to work out the kinks in the system. Like, if you guys didn't know, this is like our biggest question that we get asked is what system we're playing. Mm-hmm. It's a custom system that I've made that is kind of like a combination between Dungeons and Dragons 5e and Pokemon Tabletop United and a couple of different systems. So I'm thinking of going back to initiatives where you and your Pokemon will have to roll initiative, and then you and it's still the trainer and Pokemon will. Hold on, let me think.
Well,
the trainer and Pokemon would still roll a d20. You would just add your speed to it. I think that would work out a bit better. That would be a bit easier to establish initiative rolls.
So would it be? My main holdup is, am I counting? Because I want it to be simple, so I don't want to have to track 30 different Pokemon's initiatives and being like, okay, are you, like we did in the last battle, like, okay, are you using this Pokemon this turn? Yes, no, okay, then your turn has to go to your next Pokemon. So, like, am I going to use your Pokemon with your highest speed, Pokemon with lowest speed? Am I using your trainer's speed set for initiative?
Well, what you can do is say, whenever, like, say we're up against two Pokemon, like two enemy Pokemon, and let's just say it's, big Pokemon 1, Zarin, Cat, big Pokemon 2, Liz, Violet, and me. And say, that's the initiative order that we have rolled. But say Kat wants to swap a Pokemon on her turn. So she can swap the Pokemon on her turn and use that Pokemon then. But she has to wait to re-roll initiative until after I go.
Which is
so you start a whole new initiative roll, go through the old initiative when she swapped her Pokemon, but then look at her new Pokemon's speed, and then do a new initiative roll. So she might be first, and then it's Pokemon 1 Zarin, Pokemon 2 Violet, me.
That's fair. Then I would just have to request for y'all, if you have more than one Pokemon out at a time, on your turn to say I'm switching to this Pokemon, and then we'll play it out. Be like, all right, Duper, fall back. Terry, I need you to go and use Quick Attack or whatever, and then we'll go from there with initiatives and stuff.
Yeah, I think it's.
Yeah.
Go ahead. No, you're good. You're good. My thoughts kind of uncollected. Go ahead.
Okay. See, and I feel like that's what I try to do, because I keep Pokemon out multiple times. So, for example, in that last fight, I had Heracross out, but I also had Sapphire out. So I'd be like, okay, I'm putting Dojo back here on defense. You use her how you see fit. I'm switching out with Sapphire, and Sapphire's gonna be the main character here. So that's why I kind of try to establish this is what I'm doing specifically with this Pokemon. I'm not doing anything. This is what this Pokemon doing until further notice.
And then I was also thinking of changing the way super effective and not very effective hits work. I'm thinking of making it so that way it is relative to the number after the defense has already been subtracted. So, like, say you hit a fire type with a water type attack, that you roll and add your attack modifier, and it's like 22 damage. You don't double that. You would double the number after the target's defense has been subtracted.
What have you been doing the whole
time I've been doing, if you guys have 22 damage coming in, I've doubled that to 44. And then subtracted the defense.
I think just keeping it the way it is works fine, because we kind of have been going up against Pokemon with some hefty health, and they have almost killed some people quite a few times.
Very quickly.
What we have now works
fine.
I will say,
because it also affects you too. So if we hit you the same way, I mean, you gotta think about it that way too, and you still have bosses. So I don't want to just mow through your bosses because we're having fun doing it. Sure, we almost died. That's
I will say a couple of comments I have on that is we need, and it may be a thing that you've considered that we just haven't thought to do, but we need a way to heal as trainers, because I can potion my Pokemon all I want, but if I turn around and spray it on myself, it doesn't do the same thing.
Yeah, it doesn't do as much.
So we need human potions of some sort. Well, unless it's gonna be like Skyrim and we're eating cheese wheels.
It's like D&D. You get all your health back at a long rest.
True, but I mean we can't.
But we still have things throughout the game.
Right. And I mean you have hit dice for short rests, and you will get healing stuff. It's gonna be like D&D where they're not super common for human healing stuff. But like you have first aid supplies and stuff like that. But you'll have stuff. And
would it be the case that
Pokemon potions work on people, they're just not as effective.
Okay. So would it be the case that our best healing, because obviously long rest that fully heals everything, but in the case where we go from a battle to another battle and someone's taking a lot of hits and they can't just sit out, because they're not, that doesn't mean they won't get targeted.
Right.
So would it be the case that first aid, like you said, is our best bet, and just to stabilize and keep them defended?
Yeah.
Or, dumping a bunch of Poke Potions on them and hoping for the best?
So there are also Pokemon moves that heal.
Mm-hmm. Which, because I was part of that with the Reggie rave that we fought.
Yeah.
Because that zone, that area of effect healing was helping me.
And then there are moves like Heal Bell and Heal Pulse and that kind of stuff that you can heal a target.
Yeah, not just a Pokemon.
Right. So there'll be ways.
So completely separate from that, my other comment was I think one of the things that slows us down the most, especially during combat, not just, obviously initiative is difficult when you're managing 9 characters.
Yeah.
Some players, some not. Which for me, I've been thinking on my campaign, I think I'd rather just go with people's initiative based on their character stat rather than rolling for it, because that keeps it consistent. Kinda, yeah, because that's a lot easier. But rolling does give it a little bit of hey, you just happen to be paying more attention in the moment or whatever, so you jump ahead and you act first. That can make it fun, but it does get messy. But the other thing is combat damage is a lot of calculating, and I'm not the person to do it because I'm not good with Excel. But I really feel like if I did know how, I could take most of the damage tables that you have, put it in Excel, and you could just type in a dice roll. And it would have to be different for each Pokemon is the problem. It would be a very you can make a blank base sheet that does the formula for you.
Yeah.
And then you'd have to type in each Pokemon's stats, but that would give you a way to say, oh, Sharkface did this attack and he hit this, and type in the dice roll and then it does the math out for you. But that doesn't take into account crits or effect stuff, so you'd still be facing off against that.
Yeah, that is something I've also thought about that I'm trying to work out.
Yeah,
But
like it would be nice if it was just base damage type stuff like D&D, but because you have type advantages and stuff like that, it makes it way more complicated.
And
which
like we've been getting better at it, which was my main thought was just like I think it's just gonna come with time with us doing it, getting used to it because it is a new system, and like even last combat was a lot quicker than the combat with the ancient evolutions because you guys
true.
had kind of gotten down pat the damage calculation, so I didn't have to remind you pretty much every single time how to do it for the most part.
Yeah.
So I think while I am looking for a way to streamline it better, I think it's just going to come down to getting used to how it works.
Yeah, which I mean is true with any system that you're not super familiar with. Right. You're going to have to learn the ins and outs of it. It's a lot of numbers to manage on the fly is my thing, because even knowing the formula, if you forget one part of it, it could be the difference between like, oh no, my Pokemon's hurt, and oh damn, we're all dead.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my only thought on it.
That's fair. Do you guys have any questions for me? Or do you have any questions for each other? Like specific ones?
No, I don't think so.
If not, then I can just continue on. But go ahead.
The only thing I can think is like how are we feeling as far as I mean, obviously we're a team now because we qualified through the tournament together. Does that inherently imply that we have to remain a team through our registration through the committee, or is it that we're a team because we chose to be and now we're just kind of like holding together because we're already here, you know?
We're here.
You registered as a team, yes, but if you wanted to break up, you could. You just have to like sign some paperwork.
Okay. I mean, obviously our characters, I mean, it wouldn't be a campaign if we were all doing our own thing.
All right, guys, see you later.
Anyway, this was fun. Peace out. Zaren's going to go deal with his trauma somewhere else. Which, I mean, honestly, Zaren's kind of codependent. I don't think he would be able to.
No.
If he wasn't in a team, he would just hide somewhere. He'd be like, you know what, Sharkface, this was a mistake. We're going to go back and just sleep in the streets somewhere. It's okay. It's fine.
I feel like he would like secretly follow us one by one.
Oh, it'd be like that season of Digimon where Matt was all stalkery for everybody.
Yeah.
Just like, I had to make sure my friends were okay, but I did it from the background because there's no way you guys could like me.
And we're just like, we see you. What are you doing?
Stop it. Just come over here. Jeez.
You think to yourself, they do not see me. I just live in the dark. They must not know me. We hear you monologuing. They cannot hear a word I say in my thoughts.
It's like, they're clearly talking to someone else right now. Nobody can see me. But yeah, that was the only question I had was going forward, stay in a team, which I mean, again, I assume we're going to stay a team, but was anybody like having any thoughts about why they in particular wanted to stay part of a team? Besides, you know, safety and numbers.
Yeah, fair enough.
If I'm being honest, knowing Lynn's character, I feel like she'd be like, I'm dipping, going back to the woods, peace out. I just want to
like that. Stop telling them my plans. I'm just kidding.
Exposed.
Where am I?
I mean, I will say for Lynn, while Chase is looking for the next viewer question, it makes sense that you would stick with us, especially given your connection to the past through Katrina and everything. Kind of as like a personal curiosity to see if you can figure out more of what's happened in the gap between then and now. While it's not her specifically, I'm blanking on your grandmother's name, Kat, in the game. Cynthia. You could not think of Cynthia. But yeah, like exploring the events between then and now through her granddaughter, because you can't obviously drag an old lady out here to the wastelands. And I mean, she'd probably still be pretty confidently like capable of adventuring, but it gives you a chance, right? It would just give you a chance to like really learn more about your past and kind of connect the dots in a way that hiding in the woods with an Apom and a duper doesn't quite grant.
hey, and a Terry now.
And a Terry.
And a little Trico.
And a Trico.
Mm-hmm.
And a Spritzy.
I gotta figure out the temperament of this new fuzzball I have. That's gonna be fun.
He's or she. I think it's a she. She's lonely. That's her
no.
nature. Her nature is lonely.
I'm gonna have to like.
So she's just gonna be smiling, cuddling up against your leg all creepily.
Right.
She's just gonna be so clingy.
Oh my gosh. It's gonna be the best. I imagine her and Sharkface are gonna have a little bit of a rivalry, given that he's been my number one for so long. And now I'm gonna have this little like stage 5 clinger on my leg.
You have a clingy dog and a clingy cat.
Right.
You.
Oh wait, speaking of which,
you should have named it Floof.
I thought about it.
what about my Finneon?
Oh yeah, so we're gonna have to put together your Finneon at some point.
Okay.
I will get with you on that.
Okay. I need to know can you send me a picture of her if you have one?
Finneon?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
No. Of the Finneon that's in this. I know what a Finneon looks like.
It's just a normal Finneon. It looks to be a normal Finneon.
Oh, it's just a normal one?
Yeah, but its type has been discovered to have a secondary typing of light type, so it is a water and light type. But Luminion has a third evolution now.
Ooh, okay.
And a mega evolution.
Ooh, really?
Yes.
Interesting. Okay.
Plus, Finneon has been like massively buffed.
Ooh.
Let me look exactly at the buffs for Finneon. Finneon. Luminion gets the ability Dazzling, which makes it so that way enemies within 30 feet of you cannot take reactions.
Oh.
And then they also have buffs to their move pools. I think is their main buffs.
That's exciting.
Yeah, I see Aurora Beam at level 3, which is level 5 right now. Let's see, it gets Air Cutter, Ominous Wind, Silver Wind, U-Turn. It gets Tail Glow.
Oh.
At level, let's see, let me divide numbers. It's at level 16 it gets Tail Glow, but...
That's still something.
Yeah. But yeah, and that's only its second evolution, so you get a third evolution on top of that.
It's exciting.
Let's see. But I found the next question. The next question is from Cyber again, Cyber Robert. For me specifically, just curious as to what the other subclasses are, and they are especially interested in the Ace Trainer since nobody chose that one. So the I'll just kind of go over like what I think is the most interesting one of each class is. Psychic class we kind of had gone over, like we've had a character of each of the psychic subclasses that I've made. Levi was the empathic psychic, which is more kind of healing based, but I think the coolest one is the one that Zarin is, the elemental adept, which lets you use Pokemon typings of different types other than psychic. As you level up, you get to choose more and more different types of moves that you can learn. Let's see.
I'm excited about
the researcher class. I think the most interesting one is the archaeologist. Well, mainly because it can revive fossils. Like you can revive one fossil per long rest, and if you revive another fossil, the previous one returns to its fossilized state. But at level 17, they get a ability called Legendary Encounter. You can use your action to summon a legendary or mythical Pokemon to aid you in combat for 1 minute. The summoned Pokemon has the same level as you and obeys your commands. You can only summon one legendary or mythical Pokemon at a time. If you summon another one, the previous one disappears. You can only summon Pokemon that you have encountered before. You can use this feature once per long rest. But they can just summon a legendary Pokemon to help them for a minute.
It's wild.
Let's see. There's Ace Trainer. We'll skip over that for right now. Ace Trainer is such a long part of the player's handbook I have made. The Ranger class. honestly, the most interesting one is the one that Amelia is, the Invoker with the Guardian Signs. If you've ever played Pokemon Ranger Guardian Signs, it's based off of that. But we also have one that's like a special ops. It's like a special operatives, where you get you can turn invisible as a bonus action. Let's see, at 2nd level you gain proficiency with heavy armor. Let's see, and the Ace Trainer class is very similar to the I guess not very, but fairly similar to the Fighter in D&D, where they get different battle tactics that they can call out on their turn. So like they can, at 1st level, you get access to precision attack, which is when you make an attack roll against a creature, you can expend 1 tactic point to add 1 damage die to the roll. You can command your Pokemon to dodge by using 2 tactic points, which imposes disadvantage on attacks, and more, and those get better and better as you level up and you get access to more. There are a couple subclasses to that, which are Pokemon Mentor, which is just increasing the potential of your Pokemon. Innovator, which basically just your like innovations, like if you want to do super creative things with your moves, the Innovator has better chances of that going well. And those are the only 2 subclasses that I have of those. But yeah, we have a couple of interesting things in here that are good to use for the future. I think that's about all of the fan submitted questions that we've had. Anything else anyone else want to mention before we head off for the night?
I'm good.
Yeah, I can't think of anything. I think I got most of my questions out. Yeah, I'll be excited for some more one-on-ones for sure. But also, just the story progressing in general. I'm excited to see what's in the Wastelands.
Oh yeah.
And I've got to, I do want to say I've got to find a way to not balance my team. Obviously, they're never all going to be the same level. But, I don't know. I feel like we've still got a lot of growth to go for to be competitive.
Your one-on-one session would just be a training montage.
I'm A-okay with that. Seeking Max out to test our skills against each other now that we're both trainers officially.
Oh yeah, fun fact. So Max, which you'll find out when you talk to him, Max registered independently.
Oh. And
he had to fight Cynthia's Garchomp as his final test.
Did he survive?
Yeah, he survived. He survived.
That's good.
He completed it.
Heck yeah. Go Max. What a bro. What a cool guy.
But yeah.
Well, I'm excited to catch back up with him, at least to close out that chapter, because that's how my character started, so it'd be nice to have some closure. Not that he won't show up again later, just that I won't have to... It won't be like a hanging question as to, like what the...
Yeah, right.
The end of that little storyline looks like.
Then what other storylines do I have that are still open for you guys? I have written down all the open storylines that you guys have. Let's see, current threads. Zephyr's disappearance, obviously. You guys still haven't figured out what happened to Herb.
Yeah.
Let's see. The mysterious artifact that was in Violet and Cat's duo session. Then the strange lady who Amelia met, who she has yet to mention to everybody.
I know, she just went through the portal, that's it, done, goodbye. Not gone. Not gonna worry about it.
And then Violet got a special map from the unknown in her introduction session that she has yet to share with everybody. So those are the 5 threads that are open right now for you guys. But I guess we'll end it off there. So thank you everybody for joining us in this very first Q&A session that we are doing for the end of Arc 1. We have a lot of cool things prepared for Arc 2. Like we have a guest joining us in a couple sessions. It'll be very fun. But yeah, I suppose that is it. We can't wait to join you in our adventure in Pokemon Aftermath.
Looking forward to Arc 2.
Woohoo! Hey there, trainers. Thanks for tuning into our Q&A session for Arc 1 of Pokemon Aftermath. We hope you enjoy our travels into the post-apocalyptic world of Pokemon and all the adventures our heroes are facing. Before we sign off, we want to give a shout out to our amazing supporters on Patreon. Your support is what keeps this wasteland journey going. If you're not already a member, you can gain access to the Mystical Pokedex's research pages, NPC and event suggestions, story influencing polls, DM notes, tarot readings, survival tips, access to the Survivors Network, which is our after podcast show, and even in-depth lore articles for as little as $5 per month. And that's just the beginning. Once we get to $50 per month in members, we'll be hosting a Pokemon Mystery Dungeon style one-shot with the party's Pokemon. We're building a community of resilient trainers and explorers, and we'd love for you to be a part of it. Thanks again for listening, and until next time, stay safe out there, trainers. We'll see you in the Wastelands.